Hey guys, you might hear the ice maker cleaning itself in the background. You also might hear the dishwasher going because I have both of those things doing their thing. You also might hear the washing machine because I have it going as well. So you might hear those things in the background today in this video, and I just wanted to let you know. So I have thought about doing this video several months ago, and I was thinking about doing it for like a 6 month after we moved in, but I didn't do it. I don't really know why. So it's been almost a year since we moved in, so I thought that I would talk to you about some things that I do like and things I don't like. Well, first I'm going to tell you about the things I don't like, or maybe all mixed together. I don't know how I'm going to do it because you know how I am. I just start talking. But things since we've moved that I do and don't like. There we go. Things we might have done differently as well if I would have known, you know, hindsight and all that. So the first thing is the kitchen. Whenever we bought the mobile home, we had drawn up several different ways that we could do the kitchen, and you know, tried to decide how we wanted to do things with the cabinets, since they had to be replaced on the bottom, and this big thing, the bar and all that. We had drawn up different ways we could do things, and we chose to leave it mostly like it was originally. And the reasons why we chose to leave it like it was is because it was faster, it was cheaper, and it didn't put extra weight on the mobile home. And we are going to be moving the mobile home one more time that we know of. Don't plan on moving it more than once, but we do plan on moving it again, so we didn't really want to add any extra weight. So anyway, we chose to leave it as is because of those things. It did save us money, it did save us time, and it didn't put extra weight on. But I will tell you why I regret leaving it that way. The way we left it caused us not to be able to have our kitchen table anymore. And I honestly did not realize how much I used that thing. I would use it for, of course, for us to sit and eat our meals. I would use it whenever I paid bills at times. I would, you know, do things. I would use it to reconcile our budget. I would use it to sit and make menu plans at the table. I would use it for meal prep. I just did not realize. I mean, we used it constantly, and I didn't realize how much we were giving up when we gave up a dining room table. But that's okay, because we do have plans of ways we can do things, change things up, and you know, have that different in the future anyway. So I do regret not tearing that out and, you know, changing the things up. Now, we still would not have had a dining room table if we would have torn that out. But what we would have had was a eat-in bar counter area, and we do have that right there. We can eat there, but it feels kind of claustrophobic to me. I think it's because that up top, and I also think it's because it's like there's really not a lot of space between the couch and those the bar stools. Don't love the bar stools either. They were they're not very comfortable. Let's just put it that way, but they're okay. But yeah, the kitchen, otherwise I really do like you know, it's a nice sized kitchen. It's big and it's easy to use. But I do miss my kitchen table. I do miss that. Another thing that I miss is having a desk in the living room. I did not realize how much I used it either, and how much more convenient it was, because I did all kinds of things at it. Things for my YouTube channels, things, just crafts, and just all sorts of things I did. And whenever you give something up, you don't realize until it's later. Most of the time you don't realize how much you used it, I guess. Another thing that I wish we would have done differently is, instead of me having an office with a big desk and all of that, I really wish that we would have found somewhere for me to have a desk in the living room. Figured out some way to do that, which we are thinking about it. We're trying to figure that out. And have a guest room only, or pretty much only a guest room. Maybe have some of my office supplies stored in there, like stored away in a cabinet where they're not like in your face, but they're there. And had the guest room. Now we still are going to have the litter box in there no matter what, because Daisy has to have that area. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So, and we don't have anywhere else to put it, because there's nowhere in either bathroom to put it. And I'm not going to have it in my kitchen or living room. So, yeah, I wish we had changed that up, figured out a way to do it where that I had a place to store my office. I gotta take a drink of water because my throat. Okay, my throat was doing funny things. It's been doing that all day. Anyway, I wish we would have done things a little bit differently so that I could have a guest bed, which we are figuring that out. We're trying to see how we can do things. I've actually downsized some more things. I've given some, a lot of my little notebooks, like, not this one of course, because this is the one I've written in, but like little notebooks like this, I've given a lot of those away. I've given away a bunch of planners. I've just given away some different things. So I'm downsizing my stuff and giving it to people who can use it, and you know, it works out great. Most of those things I got on sale anyway, and or like on clearance, and so it's not like I'm giving up a lot. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm looking up, and it feels very weird to do that. It's not comfortable. So I do regret not having a guest bed, because no one can come over and stay. I mean, they can sleep on the couch, but not more than one person could stay, I guess, really, not comfortably, and then that person wouldn't have privacy really. So I do regret the way we did that. I wish we would have changed it, but we didn't know that until after we'd lived here for a little while, so we can figure that out. Really, that's the only things that bother me about the house that I can think of right now. I do wish that we would have built a front porch and a back porch, because I would like to have a front porch. But all of these things can be changed later. They're not something that's like a big thing. And I know we still have not gotten the doors on, the kitchen cabinets, which I really want to get those on, because I did not realize, like, I don't fry. I think that since we have moved, and we have moved in here, I think in about 2 weeks it'll be a year. I did not realize, like, oh, what I was going to say, I think we fried something in this house maybe 2 or 3 times since we've moved, but just regular cooking, sauteing things or whatever things, especially above the stove, things happen. I did not realize how much, and I knew I used to clean my doors and stuff at the other house quite often, but I didn't realize how things were. And it also, it's got me thinking that I may not want the kind of doors that I was going to do. I might just want plain solid doors, because what I wanted and what we had planned to do was do a door like Jeff's done this before, but have plexiglass with and then put like chicken wire for the, you know, you can see through it but it looks kind of country, you know, kind of thing. I don't know now. I don't know if I want to do that after, like, if we there's been times, let's just say for instance, like my coffee cup, if I take it out sometimes, there'll be like a residue of, if I haven't used it in a few weeks, because I have several, there'll be like a little something on there. Yeah, I want my doors. And I'm thinking I want solid white doors, or I don't know, I might do them a different color. But either way, I'm thinking about changing my mind about the type of doors I want. I know we bought the supplies to make them. Well, we didn't buy the wood yet, but we bought the plexiglass because it was super cheap, and the chicken wire. I mean, we can use chicken wire to build something for the chickens, but I know I already bought that stuff. But y'all, I don't know now. I'm changing my mind. That's one thing that I'm changing my mind about. So let's see. Another thing that I kind of wish that I would have done differently is, instead of having the washer and dryer stacked, putting like over the top of the washer and dryer, because it's just flat on top. There's nothing, you know, they're stackable, so you can do this, and I've seen other people do it. Have like a shelf type thing, like a tabletop thing there, and then have just shelves all above the washer and dryer for the things that are on the shelf in there, because sometimes it's a little bit different. I mean, a little bit difficult for me to get the buttons up top. I mean, I can do it, but I'm thinking about later on in life, I may not want to get up on my tippy toes and be reaching all the way to the ceiling to push buttons on a dryer. But right now it's fine. It's not a problem. But that's something we might change. All of these things I'm talking about are things we probably one day will change. Not anytime like right now, but there's things that I really do wish we would have done a little bit differently in the house, or at least I think I do. So mostly like the kitchen table, so that means that part will be changed, and the washer and dryer, and what else did I say? The bedroom. I wish I had a guest room. One of the now I'm gonna go from the house stuff to, and I kind of would like to have a front porch, but I'm gonna go from the house stuff to, now I'm going to talk about other things that I miss that I wish we had. I wish we had more grocery store options, and it would be nice to have Walmart close by. But otherwise, all the other shopping things, I don't really miss those stores and stuff. I didn't go shopping a lot, even though they're nice to have. I didn't shop a lot. So it's not that big of a deal for me to run to the town next to us that has all of those stores, like Hobby Lobby and TJ Maxx and things like that. So I don't really miss those, but I do miss Publix, which is over there, but you know, I miss Publix, I miss Piggly Wiggly, I miss Winn-Dixie, I miss those, and Aldi. Oh, I miss Aldi. I don't particularly miss Sam's. I didn't shop there all the time. I mean, I would like to have it more convenient, but it's fine. It's not that far away, and since I didn't shop there a lot, it's not a big deal. But I would love to have, I mean, even if we just had Aldi, that would be great. That would fix a lot of things. But I do miss those stores. I do not miss living in a city. I do not miss the noise. I do not miss the light everywhere at night. I do not miss the loud. I know I said the noise, but it's so loud. And y'all, I don't miss the heat. It's hotter in a town or city than it is in the country. Even if it's just a few degrees, it matters. I don't miss having this tiny yard. I miss some of my neighbors, like the people, but I don't miss people being so close, in proximity with their houses. You know what I'm saying? Because everything's kind of stacked together in a town or a city. I don't miss the gunshots. I don't miss the craziness that you never know what's going to happen in town. Because there were gunshots quite often. And there were people in that city where we lived that were shot quite often. You'd hear about it almost every day. So I don't miss all of that. But what I miss most about living there is the size of the house, which honestly I don't really miss the size of it. It didn't need to be as big as it was for us to be happy, but I wish there was a little more room for this one. Maybe a few hundred square feet, not many, maybe 200-300 square feet, so we could have a dining room area. That's the most thing, y'all. I miss sitting with my family and eating meals. That's what I miss. Like, the time we get to do that is whenever we go out to eat. That's pretty much it. My hair is going wild. But y'all, I can tell you right now, since moving here, I'm calmer. I'm happier. We found an awesome church. We have friends, like we have family nearby. It's just so much better being here. I get to go outside and be surrounded by cows and fields, and my chickens can be free. I can have roosters without people making comments, because you technically weren't supposed to have a rooster in the city limits, but people did. We did at one time, but I can like go outside and just sit in the quiet, in the peace. And yes, of course you hear noises. You're gonna hear birds, you're gonna hear other animals, you're gonna hear the bugs, and you're gonna hear the frogs, and you're gonna hear the cars on the roads nearby. But it's not a constant hum of the city that is grating on your nerves. That's the way it was with me. I know some people love it. Some people love living in the city. They love that life. I didn't. I love the convenience of some things, but I did not love living in the city. I liked it, but I didn't. It wasn't home. You know what I mean? It just wasn't ever home. Wow. Y'all, the baby hairs, but thankful for the baby hairs, because that means it's growing somehow. Hopefully it's not broken hairs. But yeah, overall, I can say 98% of the time I love everything about the place, but maybe 2% of the time I want a kitchen table. That's my biggest thing. I do believe I would really like to have a small desk in here too, and I am trying to think of a way I can do that. And then maybe just get rid of the other desk. I'm trying to figure that out. And there will be some changes in here in the living room pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly when. There's a shelving unit in the office that we're going to bring into here, because I think it would serve us better to have it in here. And we're going to take the shelving unit that's over here. I don't really want to move the camera because I'm afraid it's going to shake the table. So I don't really want to move y'all right now. But anyway, we are going to move some things around. I don't know if I'm going to film it. We'll see if I do or not. But we're going to just swap some furniture in the house. Just swap it around. Not get more that I know of, but just move some things so that it will serve us better. And if things work out the way I would like, then we can get a smaller desk for the office and still put a bed in there, and I can have that guest room, because I do like having a desk in there, because I like having the like my what is it even called, my desktop. I like having it in there because I can use it and film and all the things. But I don't know. We're gonna see about moving some things around in the house whenever Jeff is off work again, which will be Labor Day weekend. We're gonna see if we can do that then. Hopefully we can. We don't know yet, because we don't ever know what's going to happen. But yeah, so glad we moved. Yes, we moved into a smaller home. Yes, it is a mobile home. But the pros outweigh the cons so much that I don't care if it was a tent. I think it'd be awesome. I actually wanted to live in a yurt before, but Jeff told me no. But yurts are awesome. Some of them are, I guess. I don't know if all of them are, but they are pretty cool. But yeah, I'm really glad we moved. I'm really glad that we found a church. And I know we're not on our property yet, but we're not far from it. You know, we're close to it in proximity. I don't know how long it's going to be before we get to move to it, because we have a lot of work to do, and we still have not sold the other house, so we can't do it yet without going into debt. We don't want to go into debt, so you know, that's a big thing. But yeah, I feel like with all that we did to the mobile home to repair it and to update some things, like, you know, the toilets and things, and all of the things we did to make it our own, if we had not done those things, we probably would not be as happy. But it's just awesome to be here and to not be in the city. And if y'all ever hear me complain about something about the house, remind me it's okay. I do complain about not having a kitchen table. But that's okay. I'm alright. It's fine. But overall, it's the best decision we've made in a long time. I can't say ever. The best decision we ever made was, you know, getting married and having our kids. That was the best decision. But it's one of the best things we've done for our family. Even if it would have been just for me and Jeff, it would have been one of the best things, because we're just happier. I feel like we're happier. I know I sleep better, because there's not light coming in. The windows and stuff is dark, you know, and the animals are happy. We found a vet that was decent. That was hard to find there where we used to live, a vet that actually cared. But yeah, I hope y'all don't feel like this is a complaint video, because it's definitely not. I'm just telling y'all a few things we might change or might be done differently. But we are going to be changing some furniture around. We're just going to shop our own furniture though. We're not going anywhere else. As far as I know, we're not. But yeah, anyways, I don't even know what all I've said. I guess I'll find out during editing. There might be some cuts in this that because I repeated myself too much and I annoyed myself, but overall this was one of the best decisions, and I know I've said that already, but I really am happy about being here and not living in the city anymore. Country life is what's for me. So I will see you guys again next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to my rambles. If you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, because I really do want to know. If you have a prayer request, you can leave that down below as well. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.